Brighton 1, Liverpool 3. Brighton, for me, they play football that is above where they are in the table. Now, just quickly, let's have a look where they are in the table. They're 15th in the table, but make no mistake, they really do play some really good football. The statistics in that are quite close. Obviously, Liverpool came out on top 3-1 at the end of the day, and it was a very, very good performance by Liverpool for the most part, for the vast majority. But Brighton brought it. They really did bring it. And they really, they didn't have the starting lineup I thought that they would have, but even so, the players that they had out on the pitch were very, very good. We put the pressure on very early on, very, very early on, with 2 goals within 8 minutes. Mohamed Salah getting a goal off a Naby Keita, pressure and an assist from Naby Keita as well. A really class finish by Salah as well. Very, very clinical in that sense. And then Henderson wins the ball back, basically helps set up his own move. I can't remember who got the assist for Henderson's goal. It was Salah. So Salah was involved in all 3 goals for Liverpool, but a really, really nice, well-taken goal by Henderson in the fact that I didn't know he was going to take the shot like he did. Like, the way he was, say the goal is here, he's running that goal like over here, and he curls it into this goal, into this part of the goal here, if you know what I mean. And the goalkeeper just looked a little bit nonplussed, didn't know really that it was going to go there, but it was a really well taken shot by Henderson. And anytime Henderson scores, I love it because he celebrates like no one else does. He celebrates like it could be the last goal he ever celebrates his entire life. He really is into it, and I love that. And it looked like it was all systems go, all systems firing for Liverpool. And to be honest with you, the lineup we put out, I wasn't concerned. I just had I was a little bit like, oh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. That's a little bit different. It was good for the most part as well. I think the person that mainly struggled was Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He ended up being played on the left-hand side of the front 3. Sadio Mane and Robertson were rested at this point in the game anyway. So then we had Nico Williams playing left-back, who I felt actually did really, really well. Yes, he got caught out a couple of times, but it's going to happen. It's his full Premier League debut. And as Jurgen Klopp said, the only reason he took him off at half-time was because of the yellow card. Didn't want him getting sent off on his full Premier League debut. But I felt he did well. He's on the left-hand side. He's natively a right footer. But I felt he did okay. I think there was one moment where he'd got to the byline, he cut back, did a couple of step overs and got the ball in. Went over Bobby Firmino's head, and Salah just couldn't get there in time. But Salah managed to keep it in. Created from it as well, didn't result in a goal, but even so, I felt that Nico Williams, I don't think he's done himself any harm in that performance. I think he did really well, and I think he will only do better. Yes, he's got Trent Alexander-Arnold in front of him at right back, but there are permutations of how that could change in future. I fully believe that Nico Williams getting the experience out on the left hand side as well as having his experience out right side, I think it's only going to do him good. And I felt that he had a good performance, a really positive performance. I say that Oxlade-Chamberlain struggled because playing up front on a left-hand side or in a wing position, whichever side, it's not his strong suit, in my opinion. Yes, he's got pace, he's got good passing, he's got good long-distance shooting and stuff like that as well. But playing out on the wing seems to isolate his game a little bit too much. You get a lot from him when you play him in central midfield. The problem he's now got with central midfield is the player that we're going to come on to in a second, but Jordan Henderson in midfield is fantastic. Fabinho is fantastic. Didn't start this game, but even so. Gini Wijnaldum is a fantastic player, and Naby Keita now is a fantastic player. With an up-and-coming player like a Curtis Jones coming up as well, it's difficult for Oxlade-Chamberlain to nail down. It's difficult for any of them, really, maybe apart from, Henderson and Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum, Naby Keita. If you could fit all these players into one team, it'd be unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But Naby Keita was everywhere. While he was on the pitch, he was everywhere. He's left back, centre back, central midfield, up front. He's all over the place. His tracking of the ball and his pressure was ridiculous. I would put Naby Keita up there with Man of the Match. And I know Salah got the Man of the Match award on the Forza Sports app, and I think Sky Sports as well, because he got an assist and he scored 2 goals. But I felt that a lot of the influence in attack came from Naby Keita. I felt that what he was doing in that game was everything that we've been expecting and everything that we've been seeing. and also a little bit more, to be honest. He's a lot quicker than I thought he was. He's a lot more agile and getting forward, but his forward pressure, leading from the front, ending up in like Bobby Firmino's position for the first goal, for Salah's goal, and then laying it off to Salah to get the assist as well. His pressure was very key in that happening. And in the opening like 10 minutes when we got the 2 goals, his pressure, along with other players as well, but his pressure on the ball and chasing and hurrying down and getting towards players, he was very key in what we were doing well yesterday. And there wasn't a lot we did wrong. Brighton got a fair few chances, 7 chances and 4 shots on target in the whole game, I believe it was. Just want to double check that, to be honest. 3 shots on target, never mind. But, the ball that they put in, look, we got caught out. And their young lad, Lamptey, I think his name was, Tariq Lamptey, put in a hell of a ball. An absolute peach of a cross. And Leandro Trossard volleyed it down, or just, first time finish. First time volley into the back of the net. And it was a class goal. It was a really class goal. They caught us out. And that young lad, I think he's on loan from Chelsea, put in a peach of a ball. You can't complain about that. The only thing you can complain about is getting caught out on the counter. But that's the problem. That is the one problem. It's not really a big problem, but the one problem with our system is that you can get caught out pretty quickly on the counter. It can happen. It's one of those things that we have to live with our system. But regardless of that, I felt we did really well. We come into the second half and changes are made. Andy Robertson comes on at half-time, as Jurgen Klopp had said, to save Nico Williams from getting another yellow card. He didn't want to tell him not to tackle and all this sort of stuff and restrict his game. And Nico Williams will learn from that yellow card anyway, that how easy it can be, depending on the game, depending on the situation, how easy it is to pick up a yellow. And he'll learn from that. He'll improve on that for a future game. You saw Andy Robertson come on at half-time. You can just tell the difference when Andy Robertson comes on as the left-back, because he's a native left-back, native left-footer, and he's just got ridiculous energy up and down that pitch like all of our players. But I'm still amazed and in awe of what our players can do, to be honest. Around this 61st minute, this is quite funny because Fabinho came on for Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain came off and Sadio Mane came on. Sadio Mane basically came on and just got a yellow card. Just one of those things, isn't it? Really. But it really actually helped us shore up a little bit. Fabinho coming on is such a presence. I'm not saying that Naby Keita... I've already waxed lyrical about Naby Keita in this video. I felt he did absolutely brilliant. I don't think he came off for anything that he did bad. I think he came off because he's maybe started... I think he started the last 2 games. I think that might be right. I'm not sure. Or at least he's played a lot of game time. I think Oxlade-Chamberlain has as well. I purely think it's just down to just maybe wanting to have a bit of a change-up. And also for Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's playing up in that left wing position. It's Sadio Mane's position, who is a natural, beautiful winger. So obviously bringing him on, it was, inevitable in my opinion. And it helped us shore up a lot of the attacking threats from Brighton, in my opinion. You get a lot of work rate from, I think I remember seeing Sadio Mane in the right back position, tracking back and stuff like that. And that's way off where he's meant to be. That was really, really key. The third goal for us, the 3-1. Bearing in mind, I was trying to go to bed at this time, and I was just really wanting to watch us, and really, because I got to get up at 2 a.m, and this was at 10 o'clock at night. This game was, or 10:15, it was finishing, and I'm like this. I've got my sleep mask above my head, and I'm I hope. I just wanted to see us win because it was 2-1 at the time, and I was just I just wanted to see us score another goal, and then I can maybe see out the rest of the game and get a good 3-4 hours sleep. But what a ball from Andy Robertson from the corner. Really, looked like a nice wide arc, but it dipped as well. So it had a wide arc and dipped off the corner as well, and it was just straight. Salah made a great run in the box and just nodded it past the keeper at the near post. The keeper, in my opinion, probably should have been expecting it and done a little bit better, but great by Andy Robertson and fantastic by Salah as well, which also takes him directly, I think, 1 goal behind Aubameyang and 3 goals behind Jamie Vardy in the Golden Boot race. It's still up in the air. It's still all to play for, in my opinion. Jordan Henderson did go off with a knock, though. And by the sounds of it, Jurgen Klopp wasn't entirely, he didn't dismiss it and say it was nothing. He said it most likely is definitely something. He might miss a bit of game time. But I don't think we need to worry about that just yet, anyway. So Milner came on for Henderson, and Minamino came on late on for Bobby Firmino as well. Minamino got a chance at goal as well, and he should have put that away. I really want him to get a goal. I really, really do. And then late on as well, Joe Gomez picked up a yellow card. Just one of those things, really. But I've talked a lot about Liverpool, but Brighton actually presented themselves very, 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 very well. Like I say, they played up there with what could be a top 10 team. That game of football they played was brilliant. They came at you. They didn't just sit back. The fact that we had 53% possession, they had 47%, it shows that how much of an end-to-end game. Maybe our style brings that on because we do not sit back whatsoever, whoever we're playing against. We will come at you and we will leave you chances in behind us as well. But Brighton didn't sit themselves deep like, flat back 10 and one person up front or whatever. They played their football. They wanted to play their football. They wanted to, yes, try and go on the counter, but they also had some brilliant passing moves as well. If Brighton keep doing stuff like that under Graham Potter, get some good acquisitions in the summer, make sure that they stay up this season as well, because I think they will stay up this season, that'll be a good team. That'll be a really good footballing team. I was impressed with the way that they went about their football. They didn't cower at the fact that they were coming up against the champions of England. They took it to us and they did really well. We were just the better team, the better quality. We had the finishes. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all that really separated us. Yeah, we our passing was really on point. Salah was on a madness all night. But I felt that all of our players were on a madness all night. They were absolutely just all over the place. And the fact that was our first win away from home since February, all right, this is a stat that all the journalists are coming out with now. Oh my God, Liverpool's first away win since February. Well, since the league was paused in March, it's not that bad. Let's stop exaggerating things just a little bit for once. Just for once. It's not that bad. Let's not forget the fact that the coronavirus and COVID-19 has been going on. But let's not exaggerate. Anyway, I'm not going to finish on that type of note anyway. It was a really good performance. I'm trying to have a little bit of a, do some research and stuff like that, but I actually don't know who we're playing next in the Premier League. Apparently we need 3 wins from our next 4 games or something like that to break the points record. If we win all 4, apparently we break Juventus's record or something like that. I don't know what that is. I will look at all this sort of stuff ahead of the next game anyway. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you enjoy the game last night if you were a Liverpool fan? Brighton fans, if you are watching this, I felt you did really, really well, and I hope you guys do stay up. Hope something doesn't happen where you do go down or anything like that. Play the similar sort of style that you did for next season as well. I think they'll do well next season. Mid-table could be for them, good mid-table could be good progression for them. But let me know what you think in the comments below about the game last night and what you thought of the performances of any players in particular. In my opinion, Naby Keita was the man of the match for when he was on the pitch. I understand totally, not taking away anything from Mohamed Salah being involved in all 3 goals. But Naby Keita just caught the eye for me so much. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe. If you're new around here, thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.